head at that moment sometimes before
Because
I
they're
can.
going to be asking you for donation.
That goes without saying. Yeah, really. That is, that makes me very nervous because my credit card's full as it is. And in a frum shul they wouldn't have, the guy doesn't have like the Visa thing you slide through, Wiffle, No, I don't know, because people are expecting me to read the prophets, and you know, do I think I'm worthy of it? Probably not. My Zaidi wanted me wanted me to be a Balkora, to be to read the Torah, and I could do it, and I can still sight read. I just didn't think I was worthy of it. I didn't think I was a good enough person. I didn't think I was a good enough Jew to be able to tell people what was going on. I feel a little guilty about it to this day. I'm hoping that he understands my dilemma.
How has your work in comedy affected you as a human being in your interactions with other people?
I think it's let me put people at ease, and I think that it makes me more enjoyable. I've never been the mean comic. I've never been the guy, hey, you're bald, you're fat, you're ugly, I've never been that guy. In fact, I don't even talk to the audience during the show. I think it makes me put people at ease. It allows me to put people at ease and give them a little bit of enjoyment. In terms of guides, you can relate to anybody. You have to have a broad spectrum of knowledge, so I think you can relate to people easier. You can find immediately, I know what's funny to you, or I can do a voice that will chill you out or make you laugh. And back when I was single, if I met a girl, make them laugh, endorphins turn into pheromones in moments. So, in terms of how does it help me as a better human being?
No. Just how has it affected you? Like, I thought you might say, I had to work really hard to turn off the desire to make laughs in my personal life.
In my personal life, this is like, so you're talking about, like, if I'm meeting you for the first time, of course I'll go for a laugh now and then, a subtle laugh or something. My personal life, if I'm with my friends, yeah, we'll laugh all the time, but I don't go for the laugh. It's not the same, your friends are your friends. It's like somebody who's a butcher, you know what I mean? If, the minute he meets somebody, he doesn't, like, chop them into ribbons or anything, It's just what he happens to do for a living, Or if someone was a porn star. Okay, bad example. I shouldn't have said that. I regret saying that. But you know what I mean.
Wow, you sound really well balanced. You don't sound neurotic and screwed up.
Well, if you as you did, if you saw the not kosher side of kosher not kosher, you'll see that I took care of. I went to see a therapist, and I think that helped me a lot. Had you done this interview in the late '80s, I'm sure it wouldn't have been as. And also, once I got married, and my wife is, she's wonderful, and she's a psychotherapist, like I say in the act, a psychotherapist marrying a comic. Sort of like a pastry chef marrying a fatso. And she's helped me out a lot.
How are you different as a person from being married and a father?
Whatever void I felt through my childhood, I fill in through my parenthood. So I believe it allows me to complete myself. And I feel better about myself being able to give that to my kids. It just makes me happier. It's an insane amount of love for your kids, and for my wife too. It's it's different. Like I say, having a daughter is it's such a deep experience. It's all the love I have for my wife with none of the pressure. Yeah. And that's sort of like what kids are, but especially like the little girlie, because it's female, and there's no way. And not to say I don't love my wife, obviously I do, but I don't know, man. It just it's just you get to kind of relive your childhood and do your own little. You don't do tikkun olam, you do tikkun atzmi. You do your own reparation through being able to give to your kids. So you make their life better. You make your life better. You make the big umbrella of your family richer and deeper and more loving. That's a good thing. I recommend it highly, if it's the right person.
You don't seem to be the kind of guy who like lives to hate people. I'm just not getting that feeling from you.
No, I don't. I heard this great thing a while ago. Though believe me, I've got my own. Believe me, I've got my own grudges that I still do my best to get over. I heard this a little while ago, and it was great. And I was talking with a friend of mine, and she's very humanistic, holistic, all these things. And she touched upon someone that, no question about it, did me wrong. No question about it, in a professional, personal sense, in every way. And I vented on it. And she said to me, "You are drinking a glass of poison waiting for them to die." Not that I was waiting for them to die, but it made sense to me. It just doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, of course I have the feelings. But, as we say in SoCal, whatever.
What do you love and hate about living in SoCal and you cannot mention traffic or weather?
What I don't like about Southern California is that everybody is in show business. What I do like about Southern California is everybody's in show business. I didn't move here for the bowling. I think what I don't like about it is that there are just too many people who are looking to see what you can do for them. I think sometimes it's hard to really trust that someone is, just there because they enjoy you. What I like about Southern California, outside of the weather, which is obvious, but I mean, it's really pretty here. I like the multiculturalism. I like the fact you can get to the snow or the hottest sun in a matter of 2 hours. And this place rocks, man. LA's a fun place. I got used to it. It took me a long time. I come from a big city. I come from Toronto, which is a big city. But this is a super city. This is like, Paris, London, New York. It's a big place here. And yeah, the traffic bums me out. But, I got a Prius.
How does your orthodoxy and your work in the secular entertainment industry fit together? And obviously you can't play gigs on Shabbat, but
right.
aside from that.
Well, to be specific, I'm not Orthodox.
You're Yiddishkeit.
But my Yiddishkeit is big. I have something. I'm Canadian Traditionox. So I walk to shul but drive to the rink. That's my. I would say. Rephrase it. Give me your question again. What was it exactly? It was.
How does your Judaism and your work in the secular entertainment industry work? Is there constant conflict, sometime conflict?
You know what's funny? I mean, listen, the conflict obviously is I don't work Friday night or Saturday, so that's the conflict. And I've lost many gigs because of it, and that's okay. That's the way it goes. I wouldn't say that it's as much conflict. It's funny because I find my non-Jewish friends are much more accepting of my observance than a lot of my Jewish friends, minus the Orthodox ones. And it's funny because this is the third largest Jewish city in the world, I think, at about 600,000. I mean, I'm in the entertainment business, which is, I'm sure, I mean, I don't have the statistics, but I'm sure it's got to be pretty close to half Jewish. I aim my act, even my Jewish show, at secular Jews as well, just so we can all be in the boat together. So does it conflict? No, it doesn't conflict. If anything, I hope it attracts. But I'm not Otto Preminger of Judaism. I'm not a sledgehammer guy saying, do it. I lead by example. And I'm not believe me, Moshe Rabbeinu has nothing to worry about. Moses doesn't have to think that I'm taking his place. I'm not Korach, you know what I mean? Remember Korach?
Yeah.
Korach, just to refresh the memory of your audience, challenged Moses' leadership in front of all the Israelites. I say to myself sometimes, I go, what was he thinking? What could Korach be? He's like, let's see, he led the Jews out of Egypt. He's God's best friend. I think I can take him. And what happened? The ground opened up and swallowed Korach whole. So I think essentially Korach was the first Jew in real estate. I think I'm sure there's he probably worked for Century One. There's probably a bus bench with Korach's picture on it. Well, not his face, just like the top of his head, maybe. You know, hey,